Hey guys! Today I'm doing another Ask Anna. The first question came from Tessa123451 and she asked, how did you and Jonathan meet seeing as he was so much older, and did your parents have a problem with him being much older when you were only 19? To follow up from that, the next question was really similar and came from a user called GlamGirl312 and she said, were your parents okay with you dating Jonathan with him being 8 years older? Jonathan, as you know, is my husband, and he and I met when I was 19 and he was 27. So he was 8 years older than me. He still is 8 years older than me. Basically met through friends. We were all at a cocktail bar, a really overpriced cocktail bar that nobody really goes to anymore. I don't know even what we were doing there, but we probably thought we were like, you know, glamorous or something. So we were at this cocktail bar and I was actually with somebody else at the time. So I had a boyfriend, but we were kind of rocky. Like, we weren't really made for each other, obviously. We had already broken up before, so things were not so great with this guy. And I went to that cocktail bar with my friends, Jonathan went with his friends, and we met. He just so happened to be directing a music video for a local band, and he asked me if I wanted to be the lead actress. And I was like, oh my god, nobody's ever asked me anything like this before, nobody's ever made me feel this special before. And it was just like a really small, like, you know, it wasn't anything like amazing. It wasn't like I was starring in the silver screen or anything like that. But to me, as, you know, a 19-year-old who had never been in anything like this before, but had always wanted to, you know, try different things, I just thought it was amazing. We were friends for like a month before we actually got together because, like I said, I had broken up with this other guy and I didn't feel ready for another relationship straight away, and it was just kind of messy. So, and Jonathan was really good about it too because he didn't want to rush things either because he didn't want it to be wrong, you know. We got together the day before the music video, and then when the music video went ahead the next day, we were actually together, but nobody knew. And it was kind of weird because we had to work together. He had to direct me and we just had to put our emotions aside, but it all worked out. It was fine. My parents definitely were like, whoa, he's 27, you know, you're only 19. But at the same time, because of the circumstances we were both in, and because we were both in a very similar place in our lives, you know, like we were both in the first year of college. It wasn't like he was working and I was in college and, you know, we were totally different. It kind of made the gap smaller. So that really helped. My advice to any of you guys who have an older boyfriend, you know, if you're a girl or even a guy who has an older boyfriend or just an older man in your life, be honest with your parents, or at least try to be. I was really, really honest with my mom. She and I have like an amazing relationship anyway, but I told her, I kept her in the loop every step of the way. And I think that really helped her to trust me because she realized that, you know, I'm serious about this guy, whatever, but she also always knew where I was in the relationship. And like, I mean, I didn't go into huge detail, but you know what I mean? Like, she knew that I was safe all the time. She knew where I was. She knew all this stuff about him because I told her things about Jonathan, and you know, that just made it easier. So definitely try and be honest. Don't try and hide things from your parents or from at least like an older sister or somebody that you trust, because you never know. I mean, I'm obviously lucky because Jonathan wasn't some crazy creep, and 8 years isn't a huge age gap anyway, but you never know. I mean, somebody could be taking advantage of you and that's not cool. So I hope this video will help you guys, and I hope it answered your questions. Leave your questions for next week in the comments below, or leave me a video response. I would love to hear from you guys, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye!